How's it going, guys? My name is Tim Crater. This is my friend Eli Rubin. Welcome to BJJLafayette. BJJLafayette is a blog, website, forum, interactive web jigamaroo that we're using to kind of purvey Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu knowledge, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu perspectives, and hopefully grow the sport. The sport has grown drastically on the West Coast and on the East Coast and even kind of in Florida. But in the South, we haven't seen as much growth. We've used this opportunity with this blog to kind of express and show the perspectives, the growth, and the knowledge of some of Louisiana's greatest Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu masters. We have guys from Gracie Baja leader, Rafael Vanger out in Hammond. We have Derek Bro out in Homa. We have Steve Miller representing Team Hopkins. We have Mike Ellender out in Lake Charles representing Team Hoist Gracie, and myself as the leader of BJ Revolution team in the South. And you know, we want to make Louisiana proud and show everyone what's going on with Jiu-Jitsu. The person I've chosen to host BJJLafayette is one of my good friends and students, Eli Rubin. Eli's been training about 2 years. Eli, can you give us a little bit of history and a little bit of background of Eli before Jiu-Jitsu and then post-Jiu-Jitsu?
Sure, yeah, definitely. You know, like I said, I told people before I found Jiu-Jitsu, if I remember that guy, he didn't have a whole lot of self-confidence, and for sure, definitely lacked physical strength. I wasn't in the greatest shape, that's for darn sure. People ask me how I found Jiu-Jitsu. Actually, my older brother was interested in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and one summer we were at a lake house. My brother showed me a knee bar, and from that move right there, showed me that knee bar, from then on, I was addicted. I mean, right there. As soon as I found that submission, I was pumped, excited. I wanted to learn Jiu-Jitsu. I wanted to figure it out, study it. And so when I came home, I did some research. I looked around for some schools, and I understood that Tim Crater was from the area, and he had an awesome school. So I came to check it out. I've been here ever since. Completely changed my life. Now I actually really feel like a different person. I have self-confidence. I'm in much better shape than I've ever been in my entire life. And the stuff that I'm learning here is not just Jiu-Jitsu, but life lessons. I'm trying to be a better person out there in the world when it comes to my family, my daughter, my wife, and bringing it back to the gym. So
that's very, very important. If that's not what your instructor is doing for you, building you into a better person every day, both on and off the mats, you need to evaluate where you're training, in my opinion. Eli helped build me into a better person, and that's what our goal is as instructors. So part of the blog we're going to do is send Eli on traveling trips to train with some of those other instructors we mentioned, see what some of their favorite things are to do, see what their gyms are like, have them do a private roll with them a little bit, get it on video, and try to show people what the growth of Louisiana Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is all about, and kind of help some of these instructors purvey their knowledge and their perspectives to the world and to all of us in the community of Jiu-Jitsu, especially us in Louisiana. Also, Eli's always at tournaments. He competes regularly. Even if he's not competing, he still goes to the tournaments to support our team and just to be a part of the community of Jiu-Jitsu. We want to see who's winning blue belts and purple belts, and where are they going, what are they doing, what are their plans, who's going to be the first Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu world champion from Louisiana. John Jordan, one of our students, has gotten a purple belt bronze medal in the World Championships. I think that's the closest we've gotten. But there are a lot of phenomenal athletes in Louisiana representing Jiu-Jitsu, and we just want to know about it. We want to give them an opportunity and a voice. And I think a third thing let's find out what's going on in terms of Jiu-Jitsu tournaments, Jiu-Jitsu seminars, Jiu-Jitsu products. See, me and Eli were rocking Show You Roll. Back in the old school, me and Vince Cutiglia out in California were good friends, training together since we were blue belts. And it's important that we show our community, the stuff we love, the products we test, the products we enjoy. And Show Your Roll is definitely one of them. But we want to introduce new things too as well. So today, before we leave, we want to give Eli's 5 tips for a new student. Feet just got on the mat, just starting jiu-jitsu fresh, just got your new gi, you're ready to go, you're ready to start jiu-jitsu. What are the 5 things coming from a fairly high-level blue belt with competition experience that Eli thinks are most important for you when you start jiu-jitsu? Number 5.
Okay, number 5, guys. For sure, you want to remember that the friends you're going to make as a white belt are friends you're going to have for life. Okay, so the attitude that you bring in and the relationships you make, these are going to be friends for life, guys. So that's super important to think about.
99% of my friends are underneath the Gladiators Academy at Lafayette roof. This is pretty much the only place I go other than my home with my family. We are a family here. We are a family. We're here for each other no matter what. And that's important. So make sure that's what's happening in your academy. And you're one of the people that dictate that. The friends you make now are going to be some of your friends for life. So value them and help build them like they're going to help build you. Number 4.
Okay, number 4, guys, is, super important. You need to acknowledge the dedication of your teachers and assistant teachers, and then reciprocate with loyalty, respect, and a good attitude.
You got to remember, your instructors are not in this business to be millionaires. They're in this business because they love building people into better people. They love helping people. They love helping you and your training partners grow into something better. So acknowledge that and reward them with your loyalty, with your dedication, and with your respect. They're not in this business to be millionaires. They're in this business to help you. So you should respect them for that. Number 3.
Okay, number 3, guys, coming in as a white belt, don't be afraid to tap. A lot of guys, they say this, you'll hear this in other gyms, when coming in, you want to try to leave your ego off the mat, best you can.
And that can be tough, but remember, some of the guys that are the greatest jiu-jitsu athletes in the world have tapped the most. The more you train, the better you get. And if you're training with quality people, you should be getting tapped regularly. I've got some great guys here at Gladiators Academy. They catch me sometimes. Yes, I'm an instructor, and yes, I'm a 2nd degree black belt, but I'm also willing to put myself in some bad positions with some of my white belts, some of my blue belts, some of my purple belts. And if I make a mistake there, sometimes I get caught. I don't freak out, spaz out, and force out of the position. I tap, find out what I did wrong, and I move on to the next phase of training. Always make sure that you're helping build yourself and others to better jiu-jitsu practitioners. Tapping is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of growth, development, and improvement of knowledge. So make sure it's a part of what you do. It's not that big of a deal. Leave your ego outside. Number 2.
Number 2, guys, is consistency. Especially as a white belt coming in, you guys want to be on the mat in a consistent way. We don't want to see you guys come in and do 4 days in a row, and then we don't see you for 7.
One of the biggest problems with students when they ask me, Tim, I want to get my blue belt. I go look at their attendance card. There are weeks where they come 4 times, and then they come 1 time the next 2 weeks. And they get a bug under them. I give them a call, and they come 4 times, and then they don't show up for a month. Then they come 3 or 4 times for 2 weeks, and then another 2 weeks go by and they don't come. And what happens is their timing gets interrupted, their technique wears off a little bit, they slow down, they forget some things because they're not drilling regularly, and they kind of hit a plateau. They get frustrated because they think it's someone's fault other than their own. The reality is that one of the biggest, most consistent things that's going to improve your jiu-jitsu is to just that. Be consistent. Don't kill yourself in one practice. Rather, show up 3 or 4 times. Get good drill work in. Stretch out before practice, stretch out after practice. Don't work on a million techniques. Try to master 2 or 3. Get some good rolls in. with your friends. You don't got to go 1,000% every match and try to win the world championships. Take it down a notch, slow down, focus on your technique, focus on your movements, focus on your defense. Improve. Situational training is very important. Start in positions that you have a tough time with and try to work out how to improve those. To do all those things, you got to be consistent because it takes time and it takes effort, but without your consistency, you can't expect growth. Eli's #1 tip for the new guy.
Number one, guys, most important above all else, the main reason why we're here is to have fun.
Have fun!
Come on!
That's why we're in Geese, man. We love this.
That's right.
This is what we love to do. We love training. We love learning jiu-jitsu. We love coming in, learning some cool techniques, putting Madashahu on the radio,
Yes.
and rolling for, 6 5-minute rounds with our friends. Getting better, working on some half-guard sweeps and some Darce chokes and some collar chokes. This is the time when me and my friends and our family of jiu-jitsu practitioners can forget about all the rest of the stuff we got in our lives. The bills, the wife, the job, the responsibilities, and everything else. And you can just focus on you for a little while. Have fun. Don't put so much pressure on yourself. No one is going to force you to get your black belt in 4 years. You have plenty of time. Just relax, have fun, enjoy yourself. That's why we're all here. So we want to say thanks to Eli. 5 amazing tips for the new jiu-jitsu practitioner. And there's much more to come. Remember, our website is www.brazilian-jiu-Lafayette.com. And we're going to be here every couple weeks to help you guys out. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you soon on the mat.